Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 4v4 match on the map Super Mekong. I'm starting in the bottom right position playing as the Soviets. And initially you can see me building to the right because that's where the ore patch is. I am building an extra small power plant than I would usually, and that's because I wasn't quite sure where this ore patch was because I'm not too familiar with this position. You can see I didn't really need that extra small power plant now, but it will come in useful later. Now, for those of you who don't know this map, it's got a big river running through the middle, and there's a few access points along the map. One at the bottom, which I'm defending, and one in the middle, and one at the top. Now, probably the team of choice on this map would be allies, because what can happen is when you get to the river, you can start building a navy. You can't really do that as the Soviets because they build submarines, and submarines are going to get absolutely wrecked by the allies. Now you can see he's pulling his troops back because I've got grenadiers, which can throw grenades and have a bigger range. He's had to come forward now because you can see as soon as he destroys those grenadiers, he pulls back. You can see my teammates bringing some infantry down now to help defend the gap, so that's going to help me a little bit. And I'm just building one ore truck, and I'm going to start building heavy tanks. And there is a reason I'm going for this very aggressive strategy, and that's because I'm just trying to win it before the allies can get underwater. I don't want it to be drawn out, so I'm going to bring a ore truck there. I'm going to go for the gems straight away, and I've got my second war factory out, and you can see Cyan's bringing some infantry as well. I'm going to build a flamethrower for that gap, so if he tries to get any infantry across, he's going to be a little bit stuck. So I'm going to build about 3 tanks, and then I'm going to go across for the attack on Machu's base and try and fight his army. So we're going to go across now. We're going to be able to squash some of those where he's realised, so he's spread out his infantry as he should. And now I'm going to go for the attack. I'm going to see what he has. And we can see he's got a good number of light tanks, and that's just too many light tanks to defend, to fight against. And I'm going to have to pull back to my side of the map. So this puts me in a bad situation now because I'm left defending this gap, and I know eventually Machu's going to build to that water, and he's going to start building a navy. So yeah, Machu getting those tanks out early, and I think he might have suspected that I was going to just build one ore truck and then build tanks straight after that. So now I'm just using these tanks just to block that gap, and I'm just telling my teammates that they're going to have to win the top of the map because unfortunately there's not much I can do in this situation. Now, I didn't actually pick the Soviets to play this, I just put it on random nation and got given the Soviets. So if you were trying to pick the best nation for this map, I would pick an allied nation, just because of that water capability, really. Soviets do make a good defense, where heavy tanks are better to defend bottlenecks, but when you got the water there, I just think allies have the upper hand in this situation. And what we're going to do is, because it was a bit of a stalemate, we're going to have a look at what was going on in other parts of the map. So I'm going to take it over to the replay, just so we can see what's going on at other teams. So we can see that Green's at the top right, and they're playing as the allies, and they're building light tanks. And you can see he's got a bit of scouting there, and we can see Yellow, who's dead for a minute, on the other team, has some medium tanks, so he's gone for a little bit of a different strategy, and he's going through that bottleneck at the moment. There's not much defending it, so he's able to get to the other side of the map, and he's got quite a good number of medium tanks there. Let's see what Green's got, and we can see Green doesn't have that many light tanks, so Yellow's got the upper hand here, and we'll see, is Yellow going to go for the base kill? Well, even if he doesn't, he's going to beat those light tanks, and then he's going to start destroying buildings. But we can see Pink, Henfer, coming up from the middle of the map, and he saw that what Yellow's doing, and he's going for Yellow's base. And Cyan is coming from the middle, is going through the middle of the map as well. And he saw what Pink's doing against Yellow, and he's going for Pink's base. So we've got Yellow destroying Green's base, we've got Pink destroying Yellow's base, and we've got Cyan destroying Pink's base. So it's sort of like a base race here, with 3 teams destroying each other's bases. So we'll see how this goes. We saw a helicopter built by someone there, so that's quite an unusual thing to build on this map. Well, I guess not so much, but right, we can see that green has some tanks defending now, and I think that yellow's going to run out of steam. I think he's going to run out of buildings also. We can see that pink's getting destroyed here, but we can see that it's looking bad for pink. Really bad, actually. Purple's helping defend, though, and for yellow at the moment, is this the last building? And we can see that yellow is out of the game, but pink has been heavily damaged as well. And we can see pink coming to fight against orange. Now, what orange should have done is he should have brought those troops up to help defend yellow and keep yellow in the game. So that might have been a bit of a major mistake. And you can see that pink's destroyed the construction yard, and he's now destroyed the war factory. So it's going to be hard for orange to build anything else apart from infantry. And you can see green's helping purple defend pink. So pink keeps a few of his tanks for now. And you can see purple building an extra MCV. And you can see orange has tapped out. Now, orange should have really fought till the end there, because pink and green are pretty much dead after they lose these tanks they've got on the map, because all construction buildings are gone for them, and the construction yards with it. And you can see Cyan's on the defence now. He's got 3 teams attacking, but 2 are severely injured. And you can see Blue, Machu, has brought 4 tanks up to help defend this position, because we're in a stalemate at the moment. And you can see green's there, he's only got 4 tanks left. And you can see with Cyan and blue, they're going to be able to defend this situation. And you can see blue bringing more tanks up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the in-game view. So a few moments earlier, this was from my position that I could see. So we're going back into the game view from my perspective. And you can see he's got those like destroyers on the gap and pulling back. You can see I've built a Tesla coil just in case he does a flurry of tanks across that gap, because it would be very hard for me to defend. And what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be building my 4th war factory to get that increased building speed. Because you can see my ore position is looking very good at the moment. And I'm just having a look across this gap, and this is where I realise that blue has brought tanks up. And since he's bringing tanks up and leaving the gap less defended, I'm going to start fighting those destroyers first, which are on the river. And you can see blue's quite occupied, so he doesn't realise I'm destroying his navy. And those destroyers are gone. And now it's time for it's now or never. It's going to be time for me to cross the gap and see how it goes. You can see he's got a cruiser now, and it's only a matter of time before he builds more cruisers. And you can see we're fighting along the gap now. He's got light tanks and medium tanks defending. And what I'll probably do first is I'll go for the light tanks, because they've got low HP, where possible anyway. And you can see we're fighting across it, and we can see we've got a lot of tanks. We've got a lot more tanks than Machu at this stage, and it looks like this is going to be doable. You can see Cyan Blue's also building pillboxes, and but they're going to have little effect against heavy tanks, because heavy tanks have a lot of armour and a lot of HP. And you can see this is looking good for me at the moment. And we can see he's only got 4 tanks left at this gap. He's bringing in some light tanks, which he probably was building, I guess. And we've managed to get across this gap, and we managed to get a good number of tanks across. And you can see he's bringing those medium tanks down that he had further up at the map, but I think it's too late at this stage. The gap has been lost, and it looks like I am winning this at the moment. And what we're going to do is we're going to go for the construction buildings, the ones that can build things. So I'm going to try and take out that ore refinery as well. We're going to leave the river now, but in hindsight, it would have probably been better for me to destroy that cruiser and go for that naval yard. Right, we're going to take out those 2 war factories and those tanks accompanying it. And once I do that, I'm going to focus on Cyan. I'm not too worried about my base, because I've got 2 Tesla coils there, so they'll be able to defend against small groups of infantry that are brought across. Because he could sell buildings and bring them across, but I'll need to get that construction yard first, just to make sure we can't build anything else. And you can see I'm running out of ore at my part of the map, but never mind for now, because now we're sort of having to destroy Cyan, because Cyan is going to be attacking purple. And it's just a case of, can I beat Cyan before they get to my base? So this is a very important battle. We can see they've got Tesla coils defending the base, but those Tesla coils have very low HP, and they're not that strong when they're on their own. What Tesla coils need is tanks with them to defend. And you can see I'm just taking out a lot of their base at the moment, and it's looking very good for me. Cyan's just bringing tanks across. I think they might think those Tesla coils are enough to defend. And we can see purple's still got some army left, so even if I do get destroyed, that army's going to be able to fight Cyan, which looks like they're going to lose everything at this stage. And I think Cyan's realised he's in trouble, but I think it's too late now. And Cyan is out of the game, and that is pretty much good game. And I think one of the big things is that Blue in this game, they invested in Navy, and I built more war factories, so had more tanks. And then when I saw them taking tanks away to help fight with Cyan, I took that opportunity to attack the gap. If I'd gone in earlier and tried to cross the gap, I do believe I would have been beaten, and it would have put our opponents in a better position. So that was just getting the timing correct, and that is good game. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.